I should stop talking to you. All right. So find your way to your back if you're not already there. And if you're comfortable placing your hands on your belly, just let them rest there. Just start to feel the rise and fall of the belly with each cycle of breath. And as you do that, notice if you have any places of the belly that feel tense. See if you can just let the belly start to soften beneath the hands as you continue to breathe. This is a place you maybe don't think about as much. And oftentimes we tend to hold our stomach in, trying to look a little skinnier, or find these places where maybe we just don't allow ourselves to relax. So just take a couple more breaths here. With each exhale, just letting the belly soften. Notice as you bring this awareness to relaxing the center of your body, how that spreads down the legs, up the torso, and helps the whole body to relax. And just keeping that softness, reach the arms up by the ears. And then hug the knees towards the chest. Just take some movement here. Maybe circling the knees or just gently rocking. Then come back to stillness. Keep the right knee hugged in. Extend the left leg onto the mat. And then take the hands behind the right thigh. Start to straighten the right leg towards the ceiling as you point the foot. And then bend the knee, hug it back towards the chest as you flex the foot. So we'll take that with breath. Inhale, straighten the leg, point the foot. Exhale, bend the knee, flex the foot. Inhale, straighten and point. Exhale, bend and flex. Inhale, straighten and point. Exhale, bend and flex. Inhale, straighten and point. Exhale, bend and flex. Just hold the knee hugged in here. And then take your right arm to a T and drop that leg to the left for a twist. And just come back to center. Hug the left knee in, extend the right leg out. Then take the hands behind the left thigh. Start to straighten that leg towards the ceiling as you point the foot. And then bend the knee, hug it towards the chest as you flex. Taking a look breath, inhale, straighten and point. Exhale, bend and flex. Inhale, straighten and point. Exhale, bend and flex. Inhale, straighten and point. Exhale, bend and flex. Inhale, straighten and point. Exhale, bend and flex, holding that knee there. Take the left arm to a T and drop the leg over to the right for a twist. And then just come back to center, hug both knees towards the chest. And then make your way up to seated, so you can rock straight up or maybe roll off to the side. And then just extend your legs straight out in front of you. And then bend to the right knee, take the right ankle over the left thigh. You can bend your left leg if that's more comfortable for you. And then just take your thumbs and start to massage the arch of your foot. So don't worry about being perfect. It's very intuitive. You can make your way up to the ball of the foot or the toes, maybe down to the heel. And then just change sides, so straighten that leg and take the left ankle over. Just same thing on this side, maybe starting with the arch, and then to the ball of the foot, the toes, wherever feels good. And then just unwind that and make your way into tabletop. And once you're in tabletop, just tuck your toes under and just pause there for a couple breaths. And then you can stay there or keeping the toes tucked, hips back to heels for little child's pose with the toes tucked. And then just bring the shoulders back over the wrist for tabletop. Untuck the toes so you're on the tops of the feet. Just a little alternating kick of the feet here. And then just bring the feet to stillness. We'll take some cat-cow together. So inhale, lengthen the chest forward, elongate the spine. Exhale, curl and round. Inhale, extend forward. Exhale, curl and round. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round. And then just come back to neutral. Bring the big toes together. Sit back into child's pose. And then come back up to your tabletop. Take your right leg up and back so it's parallel to the mat. Spin your toes to the right. And then kick that leg to the right so that foot lowers down in line with your right hip. And you can stay in tabletop in the upper body here, or if you want, you can drop down to your forearms. And then if you're on forearms, come back to the palms of the hands. And then take that right leg up and back behind you so it's parallel to the mat. And then just lower it to tabletop. Take a wiggle of the hips side to side. And then take your left leg up and back. Spin the toes to the left. Take that leg all the way to the left. Lower that foot down in line with the left hip. And then if you want, drop down to your forearms. And then come back to the palms of the hands. Take that leg up and back behind you. Just lower the leg to tabletop. Wiggle your hips side to side. And then back into child's pose, just for a couple breaths. And then make your way up through table into downward facing dog. You just find some movement there that feels good. And then just walk your feet forward to meet your hands. Just take a couple breaths here in this forward fold. And then inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step straight to downward facing dog. Then walk your feet forward to your hands. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, just poke your thumbs at the top. That's hard to see. Inhale, reach up through the fingertips. Exhale, side bend to your right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, back to center, release the thumb. Exhale, hinge forward, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step to plank. Inhale, drop your knees, modified plank. And exhale, lower all the way to your belly. Inhale for cobra, lift head and shoulders. And exhale, lower down, press through tabletop to downward facing dog. In this down dog, cross your right ankle behind your left ankle, so pinky toe edges of the feet are next to one another. And then unwind that, change sides, left ankle behind right. And then unwind that, you're back in regular down dog with your feet. Walk your feet forward to your hands. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way to standing. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach your arms by your ears, hook your thumbs at the top. Exhale, side bend to your right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, back to center, release the thumb. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step to plank. Take an inhale here in plank. And an exhale. You got one more inhale. And then exhale, lower to your belly. Knees can drop if you want. Good. Inhale for cobra, lift head and shoulders. Exhale, lower down, press through tabletop to downward facing dog. And then take your right leg up and back. Just bend the knee, open the hip. Maybe take a little movement if you like. And then straighten the legs, square off the hip. And bring the foot between the hands for a lunge. We're just gonna hold here with that back knee lifted. You can bring blocks under your hands if you like that. And then just drop your back knee down to the mat. You have just a breath here. And then re-lift your back knee so you're back in that lunge. Lengthen your chest towards the front of the mat and take a twist to the right. Take your right arm up. And then bring your right hand back down and then straighten your right leg in the amount for a modified pyramid. And then just re-bend your right knee so you're back in a lunge. If you have blocks, you can just take them to the side and then just step back to downward facing dog. And take the left leg up and back. Bend the knee, open the hip, take a little bit of movement. And then straighten the legs square off the hip. Bring the foot between your hands for your lunge, maybe reaching for blocks for under the hand. And then just drop the back knee down to the mat for a breath. And then lift that back knee back up so you're back in the lunge. Lengthen your chest forward and take a twist to the left. Take your left arm up. And then bring that left hand back down. Straighten the left leg any amount. Re-bend that front leg. Blocks can go to the side. Just step straight back to downward facing dog. And then come forward into plank. Lower yourself all the way down to your belly. And bring your forearms forward for Sphinx pose. So take the elbows under the shoulders. And just pause here for several breaths. And then just lower the head and shoulders down, draw the hands back by the sides of the rib cage. Press through tabletop to downward facing dog. Then take your right leg up and back. Bend the knee, open the hip. And then straighten the legs square off the hip. Bring the foot between the hands, spin the back heel down. Warrior two, cartwheel your arms up to a T. Just think of lengthening your inner right thigh to your inner right knee. If you're like, I don't know what you just said, just ignore me. Not everything that I say will make sense to you. And then straighten the right leg, reach the right fingertips forward, hinge into triangle pose. And then for the last breath, reach that left arm up by the ear. And then come back up to warrior two. Take your hands down, frame your front foot for a lunge. Drop the back knee down to the mat and take the arms up by the ears. And then just touch the palms together above the head. Then bring your hands down to frame your front foot. Your way to down dog, vinyasa or skip it. And take the left leg up to the back. Bend the knee, open the hip. Straighten the leg, square off the hip. Bring the foot between the hands, spin the back heel down, warrior two. And then straighten the left leg, reach the left fingertips forward and hinge into triangle pose. And then take the right arm by the ear for that last breath. And then press back up into your warrior two. Hands frame your front foot for a lunge. Drop your back knee down to the mat. And take your arms up by your ears. Touch the palms of the top. The left leg is forward if you got disconnected from us. Yeah, there you go. You got it. And then take your hands down, frame your front foot, vinyasa, or straight to downward facing dog. Some nice smooth breaths here. And walk your hands to your feet, forward fold at the back of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way to standing, arms up by the ears. Exhale, cactus the arms, really gentle back bend. Inhale, reach back up. And exhale, fold forward, holding in this forward fold. So maybe flipping the palms of the hands up towards the ceiling and walking the hands under the feet. Maybe taking a wiggle of the toes to give your hands a little massage, wrists a little massage. And then release the hands from under the feet. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold back forward. Inhale, ground into the feet, come all the way to standing. Exhale, cactus the arms, gentle little back bend. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. And exhale, downward facing dog. You have 5 breaths. Maybe it's down dog, maybe it's child's pose, your choice. And then take your right leg up and back. Bring the foot between the hands, drop the back knee down and untuck the toes. You can bring blocks under the hands if you want. We're going to take some dynamic movement of breath. So inhale, straighten the front leg, take the hips back over the left knee for a half split. And then exhale, rebend that knee for your low lunge. Moving between those two. Inhale, straighten the right leg, half split. Exhale, rebend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. And then you decide, you can hold the low lunge, or you can straighten the right leg and hold the half split. Your choice. It's about 5 breaths here. Everyone's going for the half split. And then just rebend the front knee. If you have blocks, you can just drop them to the side and go straight back to downward facing dog. We'll go straight to the other side here. So take the left leg up and back. Bring the foot between the hands, drop the back knee down, untuck the toes, and maybe reach for your blocks. And then inhale, straighten the left leg, hips go back. And exhale, rebend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. And again, you decide, maybe you stay with that front leg bent, or maybe you straighten it for the half split. Maybe this side just feels different from the other side. And then just rebend your front knee, take your blocks to the side, and step straight to down dog again. Walk your hands and your feet towards each other, forward fold at the center of your mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart. And then have your right knee towards your chest. Hands can go behind the right thigh or around the right shin. You can stay here or take right peace sign fingers to right big toe. Left hand to hip and extend that leg straight forward. Your choice. And then take that leg over to the right. So if you have the big toe, you can keep it, or maybe you take that right hand to the inner thigh to support that leg a little bit. I find that to be easier if my knees bent. Good, and then bring that knee back to center. Reach the arms by the ears just for a moment, and then lower the foot, lower the arms, and shake everything out. Maybe smile. You're almost done with the balancing. And then hug your left knee towards your chest. Hands behind the thigh or around the shin. Maybe left peace sign fingers to big toe, right hand to hip, and straighten that leg forward. Wherever you are, find soft breath. And then take that leg over to the left, maybe keeping the big toe or maybe taking the left hand to the inner thigh. Now bring it back to center, reach the arms by the ears, and then nice and easy, lower the foot, lower the arms, and shake it out. Just come back to the center of your mat if you're not there. Come to mountain pose. Take an inhale, reach the arms up, and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale your way to down dog, the last vinyasa opportunity. I know you didn't get as many as some of you maybe like. Maybe it was more than some of you like. Just have a couple breaths here, last downward facing dog. And then drop your knees, come into child's pose. And then make your way up through tabletop, just so you can come back to seated with the legs out in front of you, soles of the feet to the mat, knees bent. And then just take the hands behind you, palms on the mat. Fingers can spin towards you or away from you, it's really preference. And then press into the hands and the feet. Just take a little hover of the hips and see what that feels like. And then just lower that down. Just pause with the hips down for a breath. And then taking that again, a little hover with the hips. Maybe this time you take them a little higher. Some of you, your hover was really high. If having the hips high feels like it's too much on the next shoulder, just come back to the hover. And then lower the hips down, pause for a breath. You have one more like this. If it's too much on the wrist, you're just gonna sit this one out. Final time, press into hands and feet. Either a tiny little hover or hips maybe come more in line with the knees. You have 2 breaths. Good, lower the hips down. Come to a cross leg position and then just circle the wrists. You can do them individually or you can take your little interlace, whatever feels good for you. You have several breaths here, just getting some movement. And then just unwind the legs, soles of the feet to the mat where you just were. Take the hands behind the knees and roll all the way back. Just set yourself up for bridge here. So pull the feet close to you, take the arms by the sides, and then press into the feet and roll yourself up to bridge. Just holding at the top. And then just lower the hips down, pause. Another one just like that, press into the feet, lift the hips and hold. And then lower all the way back down, pause with the hips down. And then last time, roll up into bridge and hold at the top. And then lower all the way back down. Keep the knees bent. Just walk the feet wider than the hips. Take the arms to a T and just windshield wiper knees side to side. And then next time the knees are over to the right, just hold there in that twist. And just draw the knees up to center, drop them over to the other side. And just draw the knees up through center and hug them towards the chest. Maybe coming into happy baby. And hug your knees back towards your chest. Give yourself a hug. And then release and come into Shavasana. Just taking the time you need to set yourself up to be comfortable here. Start to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Circle your ankles and wrists. Reach your arms by your ears, big stretch. Roll off to your favorite side, pause there with your eyes closed. Sometimes you have to let go of the life you thought you wanted in order to make room for the life you are truly meant for. The things standing in your way might be there to steer you in another direction. The disappointments might be there to guide you towards trying something new. The wonderful surprises might be there to show you something you are meant to have more of. When life takes you in an unexpected direction, trust that it is taking you closer to where you are meant to be. Press into your top hand, make your way up to a comfortable seat. I'm going to end with a breathing exercise. You can open your eyes if you need to. Some of you are familiar with it. It's alternate nostril breathing. But if you're not used to it, you can watch me, and then when you feel comfortable, close your eyes. I'm going to guide you through the opening and closing of the nostrils, and then after a couple rounds, I'll just guide the inhale and exhale, but the opening and closing will stay the same. So you can just take your right hand, take the pointer finger and middle finger down towards the palm. You can just do it with me. And then the right thumb will rest on the right nostril, and the ring finger will rest on the left nostril. So you're going to start with both of them open, and then close the right nostril just softly. And then inhale through the left, close the left, open the right, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right, close right, open left, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left, close left, open right, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right, close right, open left, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right, exhale through the left. And then just relax the hand to the lap. Just breathe in and out through both nostrils. Notice how that feels. You love that breath because it sort of forces you to focus your mind. I also find it to be really calming. You not so much when you're learning it, but hopefully once you get the pace of it, it feels soothing for you. Take some practice. Bring your hands up to your heart. Just pause here. I hope you have a wonderful day. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.